Ms. Wilma Holmes, Principal, Flower Valley Elementary School. Ms. Catherine Jaspers, Principal, Rockville Valley Elementary School. Ms. Kimberly Kimber, Principal, Maryvale Elementary School. Mr. Benny Green, Assistant Principal, Rockville High School. Ms. Diane Gomez, Assistant Principal, Rockville High School. Mr. Daniel Garcia, Student Support Specialist, Rockville High School. Ms. Carol Berman, Resource Counselor. Ms. Dolores Reyna, Resource Counselor.
Let's step up from sharing crayons, having snack time, and getting food shop. We are about to share dorm rooms, resist snack time for fear of the freshman 15, and wait in line for a meningitis shot. Again, similar feelings we had before kindergarten began our return. Some of us excited, scared, or overwhelmed with what the future holds. While expected to be his graduate degree at Arevalo. He also studied philosophy at Charles University in the Czech Republic. Outside of school, Mr. Arevalo is an accomplished singer and songwriter. He enjoys playing the guitar and is currently performing and recording and working on several soundtracks for several movies. He also likes traveling and is a black belt in martial arts. Most importantly, Mr. Rockville is not afraid to open up to his students and pull from his own life experiences to get the content of his classes across. He draws the students in and they appreciate his character. It is with pleasure that I would like to introduce our 2007 commencement speaker, Mr. Rockville.
Good evening, Dr. distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, and class of 2007. It's an honor to be chosen to speak here tonight, especially since this is my first year teaching at Rockville High School. As I look out into the sea of faces that make up the Rockville High School class of 2007, I see in your lives, and no one knows where that life will lead. Those of you who know me, and those of you who don't, I can just mention it, know that I'm a songwriter, and I've written numerous songs over the years, some of which I've performed in class and at school activities and events. This is the first time I've written a speech of this caliber, and I must admit it was quite a challenge. When trying to decide what to say, I initially came up with nothing. Then I had a giant bowl of cereal, and the creative juices just started to flow. I realized that to get a speech that was authentic and effective, I had to speak about what I know. So this evening I'd like to share a chapter of my life with you. After graduating high school, I attended college at Binghamton University in New York. I graduated with a degree in philosophy and was unsure what I wanted to do with my life. I had studied in Prague, Czech Republic, my senior year of college, and fell in love with the city, the architecture, and culture itself. I started to see the world through different eyes. Living in Prague, there were certain things that I grew accustomed to, such as the occasionally playing my guitar at 2 a.m. in the Charles Bridge for a bit of money, and of course, being able to get to fine cuisine like fried Caesar bars at the local kiosk. Upon my return to New York, I experienced a culture shock. So I decided to see if there was some way I could reconnect. Years at the time, so I thanked her and then hung up the phone. After hanging up the door, I phoned the manager again, but this time I said I was just interested in learning about how the agency operated, and asked if I could come in if she was available. She agreed, and later that afternoon I found myself in her office, talking at length about refugees throughout the world. At the end of the conversation, she asked if I would be interested in going to the airport the following day to pick up a Bosnian man whose family had arrived 2 years prior. He had never seen his daughter before she was born in the United States, while he was still in Bosnia. So I picked him up at the airport and brought him home to his family. So began my bi-weekly visits with his Viennese household, where I would teach the family English, assist with everyday issues, like paying part me to bag a gun when I reached my sales quota at the end of the day. Something just did not feel right with that. So upon reflection, I thought back to what made me the happiest. My time spent my senior year with the Bosnian refugee family immediately came to mind. I knew that I found something that I had a true passion for, but was it working particularly with refugees, or was it something else? Now, while I didn't go into the field of refugee resettlement, this experience ultimately led to my decision to become an educator. Teaching this Viennese family English, along with my love of history, culture, and helping others, made it a natural choice. So my message to all of you is to find your own paths. Some of those paths may be straighter than others, but more likely, those paths will be full of unexpected turns and bumps as mine was. And sometimes it's those unexpected turns that make life such an interesting journey. Where you are now, or even where you are heading, isn't necessarily where you wound up. I ventured off on my own and discovered the world on my own terms, and that has made me into the person I am today. As we're about to embark on the rest of your lives, here are 5 things that I suggest you have the courage to not be afraid of. Don't be afraid to stop and reevaluate and change course. Don't be afraid to go down a path that no one else you know has. Don't be afraid to persevere, even when no opportunities seem readily available. Figure out a way to make things work. And when you experience setbacks in your life, and there will be setbacks, don't be discouraged and stay focused on your goal. There will always be people in your life that will try and prevent you from achieving those objectives. There will also always be individuals who want you to succeed. Surround yourself with these people. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. And don't be afraid to thank the people who love and support you. Graduates, would you please stand up and turn to family members and give them a round of applause at this time. So, for the class of 2007, I congratulate you on your graduation. And wherever you go with all your heart and do something meaningful with your life that you have to do.
Thank you, Mr. Rockville. Now I would like to introduce our first student speaker, Jake Lovell. Jake has a cumulative unweighted GPA of 3.91, is the SGA president, a captain of the Knicks academic team, and a varsity football and basketball player. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Lovell.
You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. For many of us, Dr. Seuss was one of the first authors we knew when we began reading about 13 years ago. Think about how far we've come over these years of school. Yet this quotation, which we didn't understand then, now finally has some meaning after all that time. As many of you know, I have a thing for random facts and information. But I estimated some stats I would like to share with you that will justify our complaints of how much we really have to do. We spent 15,245 hours in the classroom, 2,450 days in school, 504 times we had to bring our gym clothes home to be washed. That's how I fix our presentations. 325 problems in summer math packets. 95 Easters and Easters we were supposed to read. 85 fire reports we had to endure. 13 first days of school. 10 science fair projects. 5 HSAs, whether we passed them or not. 4 spirit weeks with homecoming to top it off. 3 tries at the PSAT. 2 years of ruling the school as upperclassmen. And today, the number is 1. Today is the one day, probably the single most important day of our lives to this point. The day we have been working toward all this time. Today serves as the end to one phase of our lives and the beginning of a whole new one. By now, some of us have spent 7 years together.
We'll be attending Cornell University here in New York. We'll be attending Cornell University in New York and plans to major in engineering. He's been a member of the Chemistry Club, the Ski and Snowboard Club, and is a member of the Chinese National Honor Society. Teddy also received the Math Excellence Award and the Kiwanis Club Award for English. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. Class of 2010, let's set our standards high in the next phase of our lives. William Blake said, there are things that are known and things that are unknown, and in between them are doors. Let's take advantage of the endless opportunities these doors will provide us with. I wish you the best of luck in all of your endeavors. Thank you.
Address you tonight at your long-awaited graduation from high school. As a class, you have many accomplishments, and I'd like to just kind of boast a little bit about you. At the Senior Awards Program 2 weeks ago, we recognized one principal scholar with a weighted GPA of 4.78 and straight A's, and 47 AP scholars who took 6 or more AP classes. That's 16 more than we had last year. Your class includes one National Merit Finalist, a Montgomery Scholar, and a Hispanic Scholar. 33 students were recognized for meritorious service hours, averaging 115 hours of service beyond the required 260 for the award. One student in the class even performed 823 hours. Members of this class were offered almost $4 million in scholarship money, and they have accepted $3,320,000 worth. In spite of what the New York Times reported is the most selective spring in modern memory, students in this class will attend such prestigious universities as, of course, the University of Maryland, and Cornell, Smith, Vassar, University of Virginia, the United States Naval Academy, Penn State, Virginia Tech, and many others. As mentioned earlier, most of our teams had successful seasons, and members of the senior class were leaders in this success. Our ITS academic team made it to the semifinal round and put us in a three-way tie for 7th place out of 81 teams that began last fall's Washington area competition. This was our best showing since 2001. Championships. And the 7-3 football team missed the playoffs by 100 of a point. The boys and girls basketball teams had winning records for the first time in many years, and the girls lacrosse We thrilled at the success of the boys volleyball team that played for the county championship and lost a really tough game to Sherwood. Under the leadership of our senior editors, our three major...
For those who didn't bother to read the program or haven't been around Rockville much, my name is Steve Abrams, and I'm a recidivist member of the Board of Education, now serving in my third term, none of which were consecutive. Shows you that the voters of Montgomery County do have some good judgment some of the time. I was thinking what I was going to say to the class.
Melody, Derek Turner. Andrea Johnson. Megan Kate Moritz. Jacob Moore Lava. Crystal Romaine Rico. Caitlin Burgos. Edward Lewis Ramos Martin. Katrina Lissette Matthews.
Timothy Alvarado. Alexander Arevalo. Cameron Moore Armstrong. Isam Arturo Ayala. Alex. Ball. Stephen Mark Bennett. Chase Andrew Brett. Travis Harborough Blair. Gabriel Joseph Bloom. Donald Christopher Scott Cameron. Luke Camioni Campbell. Sean Christian Kanawate. Carranza. Christina Chen. Christina Aiwao Shao. Christine Marie Civic. Christine Marie Clemens. Melissa Amy Cohen. Jenna
Ya, entra a la caja normal, dice,
Deirdre Delia
sophomore music
Gold.
singer. Sackerman. Sí, ahí está la Sackerman que está en Nicolás.
Nicole Carlos. Ashley Francis Smith. Olivia Jean Solomon. Kiara Monique Spinner. Shannon Elizabeth Stalker.
Oh, ¿qué estamos filmando?
Elena Rose Stin.
Dice, mira Vinci, ¿qué más quieres?
Shade Coe.
Papá, vale.
Nikki Leanne
Ya
Trail.
está viendo. Oye, pues mira.
Anne Noel Tran. Hannah Elena Balbuena.
Está buena. Te dice, no te dice. Oh, está más chiquito. Oh, ayer también hay, no te dice.
Emerson Alfonso Ruiz. Abraham Sano.
Oh, qué cosa ahí.
Dongwoo Song. Rajan Sharma. Thomas Conrad Shirley. Walter David Seguenza. Alberto Antonio Silva Jr.
No me digas que esto es Albertito.
Matthew Warren Singer.
¿Cuántos son ese chico? Sí, qué chico. Alberto Silva Junior.
Lee
No,
J.
¿dónde
Singh. Benjamin
Sí, huevonazo.
Martha Elise Nomatas. Catherine Mass Wagner. Grace Ellen Walbring.
Ay, ese bolón es el de...
L. Victoria Weathers. Heather Ruth Weiss. Emily Woolever. Kathleen Ann Ryder. Eric Henry Van Wagner. Joseph Charles York. John Mark Wharton. Richard Emil Wood. Lee Daniel Ventura. Andrew Thomas Wade.
¿Qué dice? Yo cuando estuve allá, yo pregunté.
James Patrick Fowler. Roderick Quebec.
Sí.
Ali Reza Kelly. Albert Yuen. Mohammed Yusuf.
No, guárdate para después.
Class No. 7. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Please stand. Please cross your tassel from your right to your left.
Liliana, tómale foto. luz. Oye, ¿tiene mérito? ¡Están locos!
De mérito.
Sí, yo vi eso, dije, al